Welcome to Dr. Anima Upadhyay's Chemistry Lab videos. In today's video, we will learn the determination of sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate in the given alkali mixture solution. In my previous video, I have explained the determination of sodium hydroxide and sodium carbonate in caustic soda. For that video, I will give the link in the description box. Before I start today's video, I would like to remind you to please subscribe to my channel and to share my video among your friends. Now please take a pen and paper to write down the important reactions that I am going to explain to you, and also to learn the calculations. So let us begin with today's experiment. That is the determination of sodium bicarbonate and sodium carbonate in the given alkali mixture solution. When we are performing this experiment, we are actually titrating the alkali against a standard acid. Therefore, it is a simple acid-base titration. We are employing standard hydrochloric acid to determine the amount of sodium bicarbonate and sodium carbonate present in the given alkaline solution. To do this experiment, we require two indicators, and therefore we can call it a double indicator method. Since there are two alkalis present in the given alkali mixture, sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate. Therefore, when we are titrating the alkali mixture with the standard acid, that is hydrochloric acid, it is a two-step process. In first step, the sodium carbonate which is present in the alkali mixture is half neutralized. And this neutralization volume, that is the end point, is determined using the phenolphthalein indicator, and it is called P end point, P for phenolphthalein. You can write down the reaction in the paper. Na2CO3 plus HCl will give NaCl plus NaHCO3. So at this stage, only half of the sodium carbonate is neutralized and sodium bicarbonate is generated in the solution, which already contains sodium bicarbonate, that is the alkali we are going to determine in the process. Now, solution contains sodium bicarbonate which was originally present in the alkali mixture and the sodium bicarbonate which is generated as a result of partial neutralization of sodium carbonate. So we will continue the titration with the standard hydrochloric acid using methyl orange as the indicator till the end point is attained. And at this end point, that is the methyl orange end point or the M end point, the complete neutralization of all the alkali in the alkali mixture solution takes place. Now the question may arise that why we have not continued with the phenolphthalein indicator. What is the need of taking methyl orange indicator in this experiment. As we all know that phenolphthalein becomes colorless at around pH 8. And when the half neutralization of sodium carbonate takes place, the pH reaches to around 8.4. And this is the reason. Beyond this, we cannot use phenolphthalein as the indicator. But methyl orange is yellow in the basic medium, and in the acidic medium it turns to red. Therefore, at half neutralization of sodium carbonate, we add methyl orange indicator to the alkaline solution and continue the titration. Now, another question may arise that why don't we continue with the methyl orange indicator only? What is the need of using phenolphthalein indicator then? And the answer to this question is that if we skip the addition of phenolphthalein indicator and continue the titration only with the methyl orange indicator, then we will not be able to calculate, to determine the amount of sodium carbonate present in the given alkali mixture solution. Because methyl orange, if we are using from the beginning, it will only give us the total alkalinity present in the alkali mixture solution. But our aim is to determine the presence of sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate. For this reason, we need two indicators. The steps, that is the P endpoint and M endpoint, corresponds to P endpoint corresponds to half of the neutralization of sodium carbonate, and M endpoint corresponds to the complete neutralization of sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate. Now let us see how the experiment is conducted. If we are performing this experiment, we need reagents. First is a standard solution of hydrochloric acid, 0.05. Normal solution of hydrochloric acid is prepared and it is filled in the burette up to the 0 mark. Now draw an observation table in the paper that you have taken for writing the reactions. Draw 3 rows, 3 columns. In the first column, caption you write volume of alkali mixture solution taken in the conical flask. Second, you write P endpoint, and third, you write M endpoint. Now pipette out 25 ml alkali mixture solution in the conical flask. Add 2 drops of phenolphthalein indicator. The color will turn to pink. Titrate it against the standard hydrochloric acid that you have filled in the burette up to the 0 mark till the pink color discharges. Record this reading in the observation table. Say it is 3 ml. Add 2 drops of methyl orange indicator to the solution which is just now discharged to colorless. The solution will turn to yellow as soon as the methyl orange indicator is added. And now titrate against the standard hydrochloric acid beyond 3 ml. That is, continue the titration till the yellow color changes to red. Record the reading under the M endpoint. Suppose it is 8 ml. Now let us repeat the titration to get the concordant values. After getting the concordant values, go for calculations. We already know that P endpoint, which is 3 ml, shows half neutralization of sodium carbonate. So 2P will be the complete neutralization of sodium carbonate, and for sodium bicarbonate it will be M minus 2P. So P is 3 ml, 2P therefore will be 6 ml of hydrochloric acid, which will correspond to the neutralization of sodium carbonate present in 25 ml of alkali mixture solution. And M minus 2P, that is 8 minus 6, which will be equal to 2 ml of hydrochloric acid corresponding to sodium bicarbonate present in 25 ml alkali mixture solution. Now, we can calculate the normality of sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate using the formula N1V1 is equal to N2V2. So, write down for sodium carbonate, normality of sodium carbonate is equal to normality of hydrochloric acid, that is 0.05 normal we have prepared. Volume from the burette reading we have got 3, 2P was 6. So 0.05 into 6 divided by volume of alkali mixture solution taken, that is 25 ml. You will get 0.012. Multiply it with the equivalent weight of sodium carbonate, which is 53. So we will get 0.636 grams per liter of sodium carbonate in the given test solution. Similarly, for calculating the normality of sodium bicarbonate, we have already calculated M minus 2P, which is 2 into 0.05 divided by 25. It is equal to 0.004. Multiply it with the equivalent weight of sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3, that is 84, and it will come out to be 0.336 grams per liter of sodium bicarbonate in the given alkali mixture solution. So this is how we can calculate the amount of sodium bicarbonate and sodium carbonate in the given alkali mixture solution using double indicator method and doing the acid-base titration. Thanks for watching. Hope you have understood the concept well. Keep watching my videos, and if you want certain topic to be covered in my video, please leave the topic in the comment box.